concepts that we need to prepare for AML engineer roles like RAG and Retrieval and RAG pipeline and LLM engineering. How does LLM works and how does it exactly train to predict the next word? So do let me know in the comment section if you have attended any AML engineer role interviews. Hey Kodos, what's up? Hope you are doing great. I came with another interesting video, this time on interview experience of a senior AI engineer at a ProductSquads company. So recently my friend had given an interview at ProductSquads company and the package is almost 25 LPA. So let's get into the video and discuss the questions that they have asked and the topics that they have covered, mostly on agents, RAG, LLM, Kafka and vector database. So I have also attached the Notion template for all the questions they have asked with the answers. So do watch the video till the end. Before getting started, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's go. So here we can explain about how RAG works, like retrieval augmented generation, and how the augment prompts we can give. So they also asked mostly on a BM25 and how does it work. Here we can explain the keywords that matching the BM25 like error codes and BM25 versus vector search for segmenting the hybrid search. And coming to the next question, how do you structure knowledge and metadata for RAG with incidents and SOPs and policies? So here we can explain the defined metadata schema and the full Python implementation with ChromeDB and metadata filtered retrieval. Next we have about coding LLM requests and streaming. Firstly, they have started with a simple coding question: two strings are palindrome or not? So we can do it easily. The next question goes like make a request to an LLM and stream responses from LLM using fast API. So here we can explain about the making a request to an LLM and stream responses, like providing the Python stream code for Anthropic or OpenAI or Olama with flush equal to true pattern and stream responses from LLM using fast API. So provided the fast API and stream responses implementing using SSE text event stream. And they have also covered the questions on how to implement a feature with a $20 subscription and open source mid-range model. Here the strategy goes like using the expensive models for thinking and architecture and free models like DeepSeek and Olama for execution, and boilerplate and match the model to task the complexity. So first we need to get into the complexity models. So for regular boilerplate code, we can go with the open source models. And he also asked a situation kind of question like if you won't understand an existing code base, there is a chance of burning our $20. So here we can answer like using the free tools first, like continue.dev and Olama and Ada grep, and feed only relevant files to AI and full code base. So here surgical context can save up to 97% of tokens. So here comes the most important part like Kafka, observability and distributed systems. So they have covered mostly on Kafka callbacks, partitioning strategy and tracing correlation. Like why is there a callback mechanism in Kafka producer? So we need to explain the entire structure of Kafka and how it works. For the callback mechanism, he mostly explained the on delivery callback and confirms async delivery. So this enables the error handling and retry, especially for P1 observability and data integrity. And next comes with the what is the Kafka partitioning strategy for high volume metrics and log. So he explained the partition by service using the trace ID and implemented producer with on delivery and priority consumer groups with P1 pass lines. And next comes to how do you correlate across Victoria metrics, Elasticsearch and Jagger. And here we can mostly explain the correlation with the, so here we can mostly explain with the trace ID as a correlation key. So AI powered RCA with correlated data. So here comes the one more important part like controlling the agents for production evaluation. So they have covered the questions like how do you prevent agents from looping and duplicating work or reaching the conflicting conclusions. So here we can answer the maximum iterations and visited tool sets for the orchestra pattern, confidence in scoring and avoid conflicts, to duplicate work, get ahead of confusion to which path to choose. And coming to testing versus production, They have asked on agent achieves 90% of accuracy in testing but fails in production. Why and how to evaluate before rollout. So he explained about a distributed shift. So we can propose a shadow mode testing and production readiness testing and the tool reliability. So bridging the gap between a evil environment and a real world production behavior. So we need to completely explain the agent workflow and how you are accurately utilizing agent with the $20 of budget. So here comes the LLM intervals and the transformer architecture. Here also they have completely asked on a LLMs and the transformer architecture. Like how was the LLM able to know the things and suggest actions, and how does an LLM work. So explain QKV matrices in LLM architecture and what happens if you swap transformer layers or put one head of another. So here we can explain the LLM workflow. Like it doesn't suggest anything, it will predict. As the LLM is trained on a trillions of token to predict the next word. So pattern recall plus combination plus reason chaining. These can give the accurate prediction of the next word from the LLM. So here we can explain about entire workflow of the LLM like tokenization, attention and transformer and embeddings and the layers inside it, training phrases like pre-training and post-training SRF. So here we can explain about query key value matrices in LLM architecture. So here comes the last but not least thing that we need to remember about concepts that we need to prepare for AML engineer roles like RAG and retrieval and RAG pipeline and LLM engineering. How does LLM works and how does it exactly train to predict the next word, and AI agents, tool calling and orchestration and loop prevention, and about the production AI systems, Kafka callbacks and partitioning and Redis cache, evaluation and rollouts. We need to evaluate much more times to get the accurate data on the production. So we need to follow multiple testing methods to get the accurate production ready environment. So shadow mode and open source models. So that's the end of this video. So do let me know in the comment section if you have attended any AML engineer role interviews. Hope you guys like this video. See you in the next video. Bye.